viewers, welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hops, and Jacob Lord Malts. Today we're going to be looking at another beer by Lagunitas. And this is their limited release from the Sumpin series. This is a Little Sumpin Wild Ale. This was actually released here in last month in early July, and it's August now, so it's about a month old bottle, which is pretty fresh considering we're in Denmark.
Yeah.
It's on 8.85% alcohol by volume, and it's 72 IBUs. Now the special thing about this, and the reason why it's called Wild, is because it's what you would call a Belgian IPA, because it's brewed with the Westmalle yeast strain, which is quite cool. It's kind of had been a trend for some time, brewing a Belgian IPA, so to speak, in America. The last one I had was the Houblon Dublin IPA Triple by a Chouf.
Yeah, La Chouf.
Yeah, La Chouf.
La Chouf Brewery.
We had, which wasn't that hoppy actually, because it was an old bottle. But before that, I had the Stone Kelly Belique, which was quite nice. It tasted more like an IPA, but it definitely had some Belgian notes to it. But yeah, this is a limited release, as I just said, and let's get it cracked open and see what this wild version, so-called wild version of Little Sumpin is about. There it is. That's much more hazy than the regular Little Sumpin.
Yeah.
It's a nice hazy orange color.
There's almost no carbonation from it, actually. When you look at it, there's some single bottles coming up.
It looked like the other one, the regular Little Sumpin. Something had a lot more carbonation like this. Yeah. Than this, sorry. One pinky on mine, off-white head.
Yeah.
Let's check out the aroma on the Wild Ale. Yeah, you can actually smell some Belgian-y notes in there.
Yeah.
But it's still got that grapefruity, citrusy aroma to it, as a regular Little Sumpin does.
Yeah, yeah.
I get like a breadiness in there, and kind of like a subtle spice almost.
Yeah.
And some earthiness too. It does still smell kind of like the regular Little Sumpin, but you definitely smell that there's been used the Westmalle yeast strain, because you get a lot of like breadiness too in it, and then you get much more spice than you got in the regular Little Sumpin. But you still smell the citrusy notes and all. It's got almost like a doughy note to it. And almost a breadiness, but you can definitely smell the citrus and like the tangerine.
Yeah, I'd say it smells a lot like the Westmalle Triple.
Yeah, but more hoppy and not as complex, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite interesting smelling beer. You can definitely smell that it's a blend of a Belgian style ale and an IPA for sure.
Yeah.
Should we check it out?
Let's do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, the first thing that hits you is the grapefruit.
Yeah.
But then in the end, in the back end, you get a lot of like that almost breadiness in there.
Yeah, doughiness and kind of.
Yeah, and the spice kind of lingers on the back of your palate.
Yeah, but then you have this, fresh hoppy sensation in the front of your mouth, which is countering that.
Yeah, Belgian-y
style.
I don't think it's as good as the Stone Kelly Belique, but you haven't had that. But it's actually quite a nice blend of Belgian beer and IPA, because you kind of maintain both things with the Belgian-y, doughy, yeasty flavors along with the hoppy flavors of the IPA. What would you call the body on this?
I'd say medium, almost heavy. Not heavy, but medium. A little more heavier than your medium.
And then your regular medium. Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I agree with that. And then the mouthfeel, it's not extremely dry, but it's got some dryness, but it's also got like this filling kind of coats your mouth.
Yeah.
Not as in a big imperial stout, but it coats your mouth much more than the regular Little Sumpin. But that might also be because it's like on 1% alcohol by volume.
You can definitely taste that there's been used some Westmalle yeast strains, and it reminds me a lot about the Westmalle Triple, because it's not Westmalle Double because it's more mellowed out, but the Westmalle Triple, it's more upfront and it's more aggressive kind of taste you have in the front of your mouth. But it actually, the IPA qualities and the Belgian Trappist qualities from the yeast strain actually pairs pretty well together. They are balancing each other out just nice.
Yeah, I agree on that. It reminds me of when I had the Stone Kelly Belgique, or Belgique, or whatever it was called. Because it does have up front the grapefruity traditional West Coast IPA component, just as that one. But the Stone Kelly Belgique or Kelly Belgique seemed just more complex than this. But it's still really, really tasty. Pretty interesting idea making a combination of an IPA and a Belgian style ale.
Especially to the price. It's just crazy how
it's crazy how drinkable this is, and it was only 50 kronas for a bottle of this,
which is around $8-10, which is extremely cheap in Denmark.
In Denmark, yeah. But for me, this is a pretty darn good beer. I'm gonna land on an 85. Pretty darn tasty. Belgian IPA, if you want to call it that. What about you?
Yeah, I'm landing on an 87. It's definitely a brew to check out. It's extremely balanced. It's extremely drinkable. I know I say this to a lot of beers, but it is. And the qualities of the IPA and the Belgian style yeast is just amazing how it just plays out perfectly. So
yeah. So definitely a recommendation from us. So definitely, guys, let us know what you think about the Lagunitas Little Something Wild Ale if you've had it. Definitely a pretty darn nice brew. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my Facebook fan page and Twitter, and we're gonna say cheers.
cheers.
And we'll see you guys in another beer review.